Breaking news now, Russia prolongs the pretrial detention of an American journalist. A court in Moscow announced on Telegram that American journalist Evan Gershkovich, who writes for the Wall Street Journal, will remain in pretrial detention for another 2 months, until January 30. The city of Ekaterinburg in the Urals, where Gershkovich was detained, was at the end of March. At the time of Gershkovich's arrest, the Russian Federal Security Service, FSB, announced that it had launched an espionage investigation against him for allegedly acquiring state secrets regarding the military-industrial complex. The charges are denied by him. He could spend the next 2 decades behind bars if found guilty. Gershkovich was working as an accredited journalist in Russia, according to the White House and the Wall Street Journal. Gershkovich has been detained in the infamous Lefortovo prison in Moscow since his arrest. The prison dates back to the Tsarist era. Russia detains the majority of individuals implicated in espionage cases at Lefortovo, which is viewed as a representation of Soviet repression. The district court in Lefortovo extended Gershkovich's detention for 3 months, until November 30. On August 24, the court denied Gershkovich's request for an extension on October 10. The 31-year-old American journalist Gershkovich was in Ekaterinburg to report on Russian sentiment regarding the war in Ukraine and the Wagner mercenary group. Gershkovich is based in Moscow, according to Maria Korchagina, Gershkovich's defense attorney. The defense requested that the court consider a reduction in the preventive measure from incarceration to house arrest, a prohibition on specific actions, or a bail of 50 million rubles, $561,000. The Wall Street Journal's owner, Dow Jones & Co., was supposed to pay the bail. After deeming Gershkovich wrongfully detained, the United States State Department has the authority to pursue measures that would benefit Gershkovich. Russian officials have allegedly been holding U.S. citizens in exchange for the release of Russian nationals detained in American prisons. Russian-American RFE/RL journalist Olsa Kermasheva has been in detention since last month on charges of failing to register as a foreign agent, a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Both of Kermasheva's passports were confiscated during her temporary detention at Kazan Airport in Tatarstan on June 2. She had traveled to Russia in May for a family emergency. On October 18, she was detained once again and charged while waiting for her travel documents to be returned. Russian justice officials have designated over 30 RFE/RL journalists as foreign agents on an individual basis. The Russian news agency RFE/RL is contesting the government's actions in Russian courts and the European Court of Human Rights, arguing that the foreign agent law is an example of political censorship that aims to prevent journalists from carrying out their professional activities. According to his lawyer, Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, was denied an open court trial by a high court on November 28. This decision was made after the government submitted reports claiming that Khan's life was threatened. According to the lawyer, Khan will face trial in prison for charges of disclosing state secrets. The trial will be open to the public and media, though. Last week, the Islamabad High Court ordered that Khan's trial be rescheduled to take place in an open court after ruling that it was unlawful to hold the trial inside the jail premises due to security concerns. Khan is denying everything.